so we acquired another new mortiser just recently, and I thought I'd give you a look at this one. This one is also an MF Wadkin, just like my other one, but it is slightly different. So I'll just give you a quick look over it and just show you where it differs and whatnot. Okay, so firstly we have to ignore the horrible paintwork on it. I don't know why, but somebody's painted the motors, the table and the handles orange. I don't understand that, but anyway. So this one is actually a later model than my other one. So if you can see that there, if I can get in close enough, that says MF 1638. My other one is just here. If you can see that, that's MF 763. So there's almost 1,000 difference. So this one has the stop, which my other one doesn't have. This one also has a secondary depth gauge put in for the chisel. My other one doesn't have that either. My other one just has the original bolt depth stops on that. What else is different? Oh, somebody's mangled. If you can see in there, that there is all been welded up. So this rod, the pin that comes through the block there for the cramp, it's obviously been broken and somebody's welded it up, and they haven't done a good job of it, because what they've actually achieved, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I've had to taper this pad that I've put in on the cramp. I've had to taper it like basically 1/4 of an inch, so it's 1/4 of an inch wider down the bottom here than it is at the top, because the fence, the cramp isn't coming in square, and when it's pushing my stock, it's actually was doing that to my stock. So I've had to taper the fence so that I can get it to actually sit hard up against the table there. What else can we say? Unfortunately, I got no tooling with this, or very little tooling anyway. It had an inch chisel on it, which is no good to me. So I'm now running a 7/16 chisel in there. And unfortunately for us, Joe snapped my 7/16 chain on the little Oliver mortiser here just recently. And I have got one coming. It's a big problem at the moment. I've just discovered they're not making them anymore. Any English chains, at least in Australia and whatnot, you just cannot get them anymore. So I've managed to be able to get the last 7/16 chain that is actually available from, at least from my supplier anyway, and he's the only person that I know of that actually does these things. So I've managed to buy the last 7/16 chain. I've got him sending me down a new bar chain and sprocket. It's in 7/16 as well, but it's a different pitch. So I use a very, very fine pitch on my 7/16 chain. Like they're very small. So it actually gives me 1.25 inch mortise in the width, whereas the normal pitch of them gives you 1.5 inches. And I need to be doing the 1.25 inch. So, but anyway, so apparently what's happened is it was an Italian manufacturer that was doing all the chains. They went broke. They were bought out by a German company. The German company tripled the price and decided that they didn't want to do any of it anymore. So anything English, apparently in Australia, we just can't get it anymore. And I've got tons of English gear because all my machinery is English. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that one. So hopefully you can see this. The point of this exercise is just to give you a look at the difference. So hopefully you can see it. But so this is the chain that I use my 7/16 that I use all the time, and this is the normal one. So you can see the difference. Like basically the lengths are twice the size. So that one there, that smaller one, that smaller one is the one that I've just literally just bought the last one available. Yeah, so hope we're going to have to baby that and hope that that can see me to retirement, because I can't get another one. If anybody out there, if any of you know of any available, like as I said, I'm running English chains, so Moncton Wolseley bars and chains and things like that. I've got some Robinson stuff as well, but if anybody else knows where you can get this sort of stuff and if it is available or not, give me a shout out in the comments, because this being my business, and I'm using these things all the time, so I can't be without them. Yeah, so if you could do that for me, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, so apparently this machine was in a one-man show for the last 20 years, and when I actually got it here, I bought it sight unseen. Like, I agreed to buy it without seeing it because I trusted the person that I was buying it through. I think it's not been changed in a long time either. Like, everything was so stiff, and like to change the inch chisel out to get the 7/16 in, it wasn't only a matter of undoing the bolt here, but I had to drive a pinch bar in here to open it up and then sort of knock it down. When I wanted to adjust, when I wanted to put this 7/16 bar and my chain on there, I had to adjust it because it was adjusted all the way up. And so if you can see it, that bolt there, that nut, so you undo that nut and that allows you to be able to lift this piece up and down where the bar's bolted to. So if you've got, differing lengths in chains, you've got something, some form of adjustment there. Otherwise you've got to consistently keep cutting down chains and whatnot. But anyway, that I undid that and the thing did not move at all. I had to get a soft face mallet and give it a light tap to actually free it up and get it to move. So I don't doubt that this thing's been in a one-man show for the last 20 years, and I'm guessing that he's probably done the same thing over and over and over and hasn't actually changed any of the tooling on it. He definitely hasn't changed any of the positioning on it, because it was just so seized up. I've put a new insert in the table here. I've put a new pad on the fence. I've put a new back fence. When I say new, the back fence is off that machine there. But I've put a new insert in the table. Yeah, so far so good. The chain side of it works really good. There's a slight vibration in the chisel side of it, which I can't find what's causing it at the moment. The other thing I had to do was the little collar up in there, that collet that holds in the bit for the chisel. I didn't have one. I had the one that suited the inch bit that was in there, and I've got that one on the other MF there, but I didn't have one that would fit that. So I searched through my box and I found one that was, it must have been off like a 1/4 inch chisel or something. So I don't use anything that small. So what I ended up doing was I drilled it out so that I could actually fit that bit into it, and that worked perfectly fine. That allowed me to put the 7/16 chisel and bit in there, so that enabled me to be able to use it. Now, the next thing that we've done here is, as I said, Joe broke the chain. Like this one here, this Oliver, that was the machine that we were using for our sashes. and because he broke the chain, I didn't have anything else that could fit it. So what I ended up doing, seeing we've got the other MF there, is I've now set it up for doors as well. But I've got, it's still 1/2 inch thickness, but I've got a 2 inch wide chain, bar and chain on there. So yeah, so I'll keep that one now set up for that. The other MF over there, it's still doing 1/2 inch as well, but it's a 1.5 inch bar and chain on that one. So yeah, I'm still, I think this is how I'm probably going to run in the end, but for now it's how I'm doing it. But we'll see how it goes. I might have to change things around a little bit, because this this MF here is significantly bigger than the Oliver, so it sticks out a bit further than what I would like. So when it comes to using the ripsaw when you're tailing out, it's not totally in the way, but it's but when you're backing up, you can run into the wheel there. So I may have to switch these two around. I'll have to give that some thought anyway. But yeah, so anyways, I just thought I'd give you a quick look at our new edition and a little bit of info on it. And as I said before, if anybody out there knows of any other suppliers of English, like Monk and Wolseley and Robinson, things like that, of chain and bar equipment, please do drop a comment down for me. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.